Welcome back to Cosmeholics Anonymous. I am your favorite mother of three, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is a story time. Obviously, I've been MIA, but if you are a member, then you are getting 2 videos, not 1 video. Shout out to y'all. But without further ado, let's get right on into this video. So if you recall in my Jamaica update video, I was telling you guys about how my package got held up at customs. And so that is what this story is about, because baby, child, they thought I was a criminal. Just to give you a little backstory, when I first got to Jamaica, I obviously had no idea how things worked, and so when I needed a care package, and so I was summoning my aunt to send me a package. What I did was I sent a whole bunch of things to her house, and then she was supposed to box them up and send them in the post. Well, I was unaware that people don't really use the post to get their packages in Jamaica, and nobody had told me that. I didn't find that out until after time had gone by and the package didn't show up. When my aunt had shipped the package off, they gave her obviously a time guarantee, but the time guarantee was not really a time guarantee. As you know, delays happen all the time, but it's not the winter season, you know, it's not like it's Christmas time, so there really shouldn't have been some crazy delay. But like the fastest that the package I think was supposed to arrive in was like 2 weeks, right? Which is still pretty long, considering if you ship it with FedEx or UPS or something like that, you're probably gonna get DHL. Okay, you're gonna get it in 1 day. So pretty much I had my aunt ship over a few things. Now there was a lot of things in this box. I mean, there had to have been at least, I think there was 3 pairs of Crocs in there, a whole bunch of stuff that I was needed from Amazon, right? Like I got it off of Amazon, and then I got it from the Crocs website, and a whole bunch of just stuff. It was a big box of stuff, right? Like a heavy box. I think it cost, was it $200 to ship it? It cost a lot of money to ship that box. We were like, whoa, like $200 to ship something? That's expensive, but the box was heavy. So it was what it was. We paid, and I'm like, at this point, it would have been cheaper to put everything in a barrel and quicker if we put everything in a barrel and shipped it, because it's like $60 to send a barrel. we paid $200 to ship off a box. Like, huh? What? No, 1 barrel is way cheaper than what happened with that situation. You know, 2 weeks comes and the package still is just saying in transit. So we're like, where is this package? By the way, in that package there was also credit cards in there, because I think my mom's credit card expired or something like that, and so she was getting her replacement card, and so we hid it in there, because obviously if you send a credit card in the mail, like you think that if somebody goes in that box, they're gonna take the credit card and run a check. Okay, so we had it hidden in there just in case, you know. So 2 weeks go by, no package. 4 weeks go by, still no package. We're like, what is happening? Like 8 weeks, 12 weeks, no package. Huh? What do you mean 12 weeks is gone by and ain't no package? What's going on, right? We're checking the tracking on this package, and I'm like, at this point I'm like giving up. And so my aunt goes to file a claim. I'm constantly going to the post office in Jamaica, like, is my package here, is my package here, is my package here, because I'm thinking maybe they just didn't register it and scan it, right? And so they're like, no, it's not here, it's not even left Canada. I said, huh? What do you mean it's not left Canada? And then Canada is telling us that the package is in Jamaica, and we're like, bruh, ain't no package. We have not received the package. So what are you talking about? It's not in Canada and it's not in Jamaica, baby. What is it still stuck on a plane somewhere? Like, is it in the air still? I don't understand. Is somebody rummaging through it and taking it out? Bells, Hello Kitty Crocs? Like, what's going on? So we're pissed off because we're like, where's our package? And you know, when it got to like maybe the 6-week mark of the package being missing, somebody was like to me, see, that's why I don't send my stuff through there. That's why I don't get my like family a foreign to send me stuff through the post. They send it to the parcel place. And I'm like, parcel place? Well, why you ain't tell me about that before? You know I was ordering stuff. So he tells me I need to go to the shipping place and sign up. And I'm like, oh, okay. So at this point, this address is able to use on like Amazon, and so I didn't know at the time that I could use the address for post as well. But I realized that as long as the website that you're on or Canada Post will accept the way that they do it, like the name and the address. As long as they accept it, it will work. So I wanted to test it out. So I'm like, Auntie, can you send me like my Vogue magazines through the mail? And she's like, yeah. I got her to send it, and we got it like this, lickety freaking split. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Keep in mind, the other box is still not showing up yet. And we got that package, and like it got to America within like a day or two, and then within the next week I was opening my Vogue magazine. And so I'm like gagging because I've been waiting for this damn box with the Crocs for so long. And so it's not showing up, and then I am just like fed up. Like I'm just like, oh my god, like I guess I can kiss everything in the box goodbye. It was a good chunk of money, but whatever, you know, that's my life. But no, because God is on my side. That's not my life. That is not my portion. So because God is on my side, the package was surely going to show up. And so that's actually the real mindset that I had at the time. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just leave it in God's hands, because it's not saying the package is missing, it's just saying in transit. And even though Jamaica is saying package ain't here and Canada is saying the package is over there, you know, I'm just gonna leave it in God's hands, and you know, hopefully one day it will show up. And so at this time, God started me on like my fasting journey, and I had always been familiar with fasting, but like I never really fasted the way that he started having me fast before ever in life. Okay. And so he started teaching me about fasting. He had me reading scripture that had to do with fasting, and just understanding how breakthroughs happen via fasting for his children. And so I wasn't really thinking about the package at this time, but I was thinking about food because he started me fasting. And so when you first start fasting, that's kind of where your brain goes, you know, but the devil is a lie. Okay, you got to tell him, a man cannot live on bread alone, right? And so I start fasting for other reasons, right? And so I'm in my fasting era, minding my business, drinking my tea when I can, when I'm not fasting, and, you know, just doing my thug thistle out of the blue. I'm just like, you know what, me and my mom were talking about something. I don't even know what we were talking about, and I'm like, you know what, let me go put the tracking number in on Canada Post. Baby, 4 months to the day, 4 months to the day that my aunt shipped off the package. It was exactly 4 months, and I go on the tracking app and I see the package has touched down in Jamaica. I said, you lie. So me and my mom are jumping for joy. We're like, the package is here, the package is here. We are hype, okay? We're like, yes, like God is good. We are singing praises because the package has finally shown up. And so now we're just hoping that everything is in the package. So 4 months exactly after it was shipped out, it arrived to Jamaica, because I randomly decided to check it, and nothing is random when it comes to God, but like I go on Canada Post, I put in the tracking number, and I see that the package has cleared customs, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So we're giddy, okay? Like I said, we was jumping for joy, praising God. We're so happy that the box is finally here. We waited for 4 long months, okay? I don't know if it was the fasting or not, child, but I'm gonna chalk it up to the fasting, okay? So the package shows up, okay, boom. So we now need to see that everything is in the box. Is anything missing from the box? Nothing is missing from the box, which is great, right? And so, you know, we collect our credit card and everything else that was in the box. Fast forward to October, November time. So a few months later, and my credit card, okay, my credit cards get defrauded back to back. So I got defrauded in Jamaica, and then I got defrauded in America, and then I got defrauded in Canada. So 3 back to back, and when I mean back to back, I mean back to back, okay? So I get defrauded, and I'm pissed because I don't want to have to jump through hoops to get a new credit card, but I have to, because if I don't get a new credit card, then I'm just going to keep getting defrauded. Especially because, which I'll probably do a whole other video about this, one of the credit card company was trying to tell me that I made the purchase, and I'm like, are you dumb? How could I be in 2 places at once? Like, are you stupid? So they were like, not trying to help. And so I'm frustrated. So I had to go through another avenue to try to get that result. But like I said, we'll talk about that in a different video. They issue me a new card, and I end up having to get 2 new credit cards. And so I call my credit card companies and I get the card sent to my Canadian address. And then obviously at that point, I have to get them sent to Jamaica. And so I'm like, okay, well, I tell my aunt, ship them, but put them in my Vogue magazine. So hide them in the Vogue magazine, tape up the Vogue magazine, put it in the mail, and send it to my parcel place. And she's like, okay, bet. And when we do that, what happens? I get my Vogue magazines, I get my credit cards. And so this is the second time that me and my mom are sending credit cards through the mail, right? Which, to send them overseas, I think is really where the issue lies. Like, because obviously when you get a credit card in the mail, you get it in the mail, right? Like when your bank issues a credit card and they send it to your house, you get it in the mail. But to send it overseas when there's so much fraud happening everywhere is a little crazy, right? And it was like, well, I ain't had no choice. Like, that was the only way to get my money. It was my money and I needed it now, okay? That was pretty much what I was gonna have to do. Like I said, she sends the cards and I get the cards, and you know, life is great. Now that took me maybe from the time the credit card company issued the card, and then by the time the card got to my address, then got from my address to my aunt. At that point, by the time I got the cards, it was probably like a month. I was without my credit cards for a month long, right? And so I had the card numbers so I could use them online, but I didn't have the physical cards that I can use them in person. That's typically how I had to move until I got established in Jamaica. Once that happened, there was this period where me and my mom were obsessed with My True Crime Story. I think it's on VH1, and it's narrated by Remy Ma. And so we're watching the show, and most of the people that are on there have like fraud stuff happening, right? Most of the criminals on there were either fraudsters or drug dealers. And so every time we watched the fraud episodes, they would talk about how you know, they would be sending these big boxes of like magstripe cards in the mail to crack cards on, right? However they do their card cracking scheme, okay? And so because of that, there was one box in particular, and on this one episode, there was this one box in particular that the FBI had opened, or they opened and kind of tagged the box so that when it arrived to its destination, they would be able to track where it was going. And so that's how the people got caught up with their credit card scheme. At the time when I'm watching the show, I'm not thinking anything of sending my cards in the mail, because why would I? You know, they're my cards. So, you know, I'm not thinking anything of it. Well, fast forward, I ordered some stuff from Simon's. Shout out to this top, because I definitely got it at Simon's. Okay, so I ordered some stuff from Simon's, but I also had these debit cards that went with one of my bank accounts, but like I didn't have a physical card for it, because when I opened the account, it's like a virtual bank. And so they switched to adding cards. And so I was like, oh, I want a card, because typically I just transfer the money out of that account instead of using the account directly, right? Because I just e-transfer it to an account that I actually have. So once they added cards to the roster, I was like, oh, let me get some cards. So my mom has the same thing. So we both got these debit cards, but they're not credit cards, but they're, what's it called? Hey, look at my leg. You like it? Yeah, me too. I think the green and the blonde go so nice. They're debit cards, but they have the MasterCard symbol on them because you can use them online, right? So they're not credit cards. They are debit cards. And so I get my aunt to send them the same way that she sent the stuff before, but this time she just put it in like my package with my clothes. And we're not thinking anything of it, because we've already done this. We've already sent it in the mail. It's not a big deal, right? Because why would it be? So she sends it, and I really want my clothing package because, child, I'm trying to be cute. What? This is one of them. Yeah. Oh, my mom's obsessed with the skirt. I bought it to do fashion content, and then the box got held up. And I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, so she sends the parcel out, and she also sends another parcel with that one, but it couldn't all fit together. And we received one, but the other one was saying customs clearance on like the app. And so we're waiting and it's not clearing. And then 17 days go by and I'm like, no, something's not right. So I go to the package place and I'm like, why is my package not clearing? Like, it's in Jamaica. Why am I not getting my package? So the girl tells me why the package is being held up. She said there's cards in there. And I'm like, okay, and I was like, what the hell? Okay, I've sent cards before. She's like, you can't send cards in the mail. And I'm like, you can't? Why y'all didn't put that on your website? Maybe they did. Hold on, let me go check. So I'm going to go on the customs website, okay? It says that prohibited items include indecent or obscene prints, which I think is hilarious, because if you are driving down the side of the road and you look over at like a bar, you will see big titty, big body paintings on the freaking bar. Okay, so I don't know what this obscene or indecent prints is about, because it says prints, paintings, photographs, films, lithographs, engravings, books, cards, or written communications, or any indecent or obscene articles, whether similar to the above or not, and any parcels, packages, or packets having thereon or on the cover thereof any words, marks, or designs which are grossly offensive or of indecent or obscene character are prohibited to enter the island, okay? Coin, base, or counterfeit coin of any country. You can't bring in animals or meat, no guns, no knives, no toy guns, no fruit. If you want to bring in these items, you need a permit. So camouflage clothing or material, bulletproof vest, crossbows, motorcycles over 700 cc, spears, handcuffs, radar detectors, swords, toy guns, metal detectors, or riot gear. So you need a permit for those. You also need a permit from National Security to bring in gun holsters, gun cleaning kits, armored trucks, bows and arrows, credit card scanners, gunpowder and cartridges, laser lights, dynamite and nitroglycerin, firecrackers and flares, and pepper spray. There's nothing even on the Jamaican Customs website that prohibits bringing in a credit card with your own name on it. Okay, there is not. But whatever. Apparently, you're not allowed to bring in credit cards. Now, because it was our third merry-go-round, we figured, oh shoot, they've been watching us. We keep bringing credit cards in because of, different reasons though. The first time we brought the credit card in was because my mom's credit card was expiring, so they sent her new one. The second time we imported credit cards was because I was defrauded and I needed to replace my old cards. So, and then this third time, it wasn't even credit cards. So it was debit cards, but they look like credit cards. So my packages sat there for 17 days at customs before I figure out why it's sitting there. And so at that point, she's like, you have to call our head office or customer service, and then the customer service will instruct you from there. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I call customer service and I'm like, look, them cards is useless. I just need my clothes. Y'all can keep the cards. Just give me the clothing of the package. Send it to the pickup place so I can pick it up. And so the girl was like, so do you want me to do a customs release on it? And I was like, yes, please. I need my stuff, right? Like, I'm not going to let my stuff sit there and rot, right? I'm like, I need my stuff. So she's like, okay, I'm going to do I think it's called a detention notice, right? I'm like, okay. And so she put in the detention notice and she said, like, within a few days, I'll get a phone call from them again. And at that point, I can go and pick up the package. And I'm like, oh, it's that easy, right? No, ma'am, it's not that easy. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the detention notice gets put through, and then I get a phone call and I'm told the detention notice is good to go, and in like 24 hours I should see the package show up on the app. And so I'm like, oh my god, I should have called sooner. So the package does indeed show up on the app, and then it's there for me to collect. I'm excited. I'm ready to go collect my package. I'm like, yes, new clothes, right? I'm about to get cute, right? Because I couldn't believe that my package was held up the way that it is, or the way that it was. I go to the package place. I see the guy come out the back with this little paper, and I'm like, where's my package, sir? He's like, no. He's like, no, they didn't explain it to you. I'm like, no, she said it would be here. He said, no, you have to bring this to customs to get your package. I said, what? And so at this point, I'm like, I'm not even trying to go over there. Like, I'm not. I'm not trying to go to customs to go collect no package. Like, why is this so inconvenient? Why do I have to run around like a damn goose with my head cut off to get this package? Like, this over some clothes and some cards? Like, no, this is crazy. So at this point, I'm like, oh my God, they really think that I'm a credit card scamming girl, because this is a big problem in Jamaica, right? It's just like Nigeria. Like, there's a big card scamming issue going on. Pretty much what happens is you get the notice. Again, nobody's communicating with me properly. So the guy tells me I have to bring that to customs, and I'm like, okay, fine. So that's a day of me having to go all the way to customs, okay? Because I don't live a stone throw away from customs, okay? So I gotta drive all the way to freaking customs to go collect this package. So I pull up to the customs building, and maybe this was days later, like when I could go, because my kids are in school. So, you know, I have to make sure that I'm home on time for them to be received. So I can't just go to customs. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Like, you know, I have to actually schedule that into my day-to-day living. And so we make the plans to go to customs on probably a Tuesday, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, we're gonna go to customs. So I drive to customs. I have the paper with me. I give it to the lady at the front desk, and she's like, oh, if it's here. I said, if? What do you mean if? She's like, she's like, you're supposed to call before you come. And I'm like, call who? There's no number on there. Ciao. Okay, first of all, Jamaica is very bad for answering the phone, let me tell you, okay? I'm like, call who? And she's like, okay, hold on. So she makes some phone calls at her desk. God bless her, okay? She makes some phone calls at her desk, and then she gives me a number for a customs officer. And she took my number and gave my number to the customs officer and explained to him, like, the situation. And so I said, okay. So she told me to sit tight. I sit tight. My phone rings. It's customs calling me. So I'm on the phone, and the guy, we'll call him Felix, right? Felix is telling me that he's going to try to get it today or whatever. And I'm like, sir, I do not live around here. I need my package now. He's like, it's not going to be today, but I'm going to go and get it today. So I'm going to send somebody over to the airport to go collect it for you. And then I'll give you a call back, you know, and we'll iron out some more details. And I said, okay, cool. He calls me. I explain to him what is in the package, whose cards are in the package, and he's like, okay. And then he explains to me, oh, don't worry, you're not being targeted. Baby, I felt targeted, okay? I was like, when he told me that, I'm like, this is a red flag. What do you mean I'm not being targeted? And so he's like, just customary that we have to do it this way because, you know, there's a big problem here. And I'm like, oh, I know there's a big problem here. I give him all the information, and I explain to him they're not credit cards, they're debit cards, and they are belonging to me and my mom. And so he tells me that, you know, he's going to send somebody over for the package or whatever. And, you know, I should be able to come and pick it up very soon. So I give him some time to figure it out, because I already know, baby, these people is busy, okay? Everywhere you go is busy. KFC, like I told you, is busy. Popeyes is busy. Little Caesar, girl, everywhere. Domino's is busy, okay? So no matter where you go, it's busy. And if you go to a government agency or an office, baby, it's just gonna be busy, and that's just what it is. So I'm like, I'm gonna give this man a little bit of time. I'm not gonna harass him, you know. I just dropped it off on the Tuesday. I'm gonna give him till like Thursday, Friday before I give him a call back, if he doesn't call me first, okay? Well, as you would have it, he did not call me. And I'm like, okay, it's Friday, let me call this man and see what's going on. So I call him, and I'm like saying, hi, it's me, you know, we spoke on Tuesday about the package, and he asked me about my husband, and I said, what husband? And then he said, girl, gagging, and I'm like, didn't this man tell me before he wasn't targeting me? And I'm gagging. I'm like, what husband are you speaking of? And he's like, oh no, sorry, I'm mixing you up with somebody else I have on my desk. And I'm like, now I'm super sketched out because I'm just like, I'm finna leave this package alone. You can keep the clothes, or at this point, keep the clothes, okay? So I'm gagged, right? And so he tells me, oh, sorry, he's mixing me up with somebody else. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, I'm going to give you the phone number for another officer, and he is going to handle your package for you. And I'm like, did you pick up my package or not? He said he was sending somebody over there that day to collect my package. So where is the package, right? Anyway, he gives me somebody else's number, and I'm like a little confused, but I'm gonna go with it. So I call this number and I tell the man on the phone, I got your number from Felix. He said that you're gonna be dealing with my package. I give him like the reference number and stuff, and he's like, okay, cool. Then now you need to send me your ID. And so, like, via email. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So he gives me the email. First he tells me to send it on WhatsApp. And I'm like, you want me to send you my identification via WhatsApp? What's happening, sir? And then I was like, okay, right? And then he called me back not even 2 seconds later, and he's like, actually, this number is not on WhatsApp. You have to email it to me. So I'm like, okay. So he gives me his customs email, right? And so I send him my ID and my mom's ID because both of us are collecting the debit cards, right? So if the names on the IDs match the names on the credit cards, then we can go and collect them. He can prove that we're not fraudsters. And so I do that. I send him the thing and I wait for him to get back to me. Does this man get back to me? Absolutely not, because that's just what it is here. You gotta hound them, okay? I'm a hound damn dog. So I had to hound him to get the damn package. So I hound him and he tells me, okay, I can go today. Like, say it was like a freaking, I don't even know what day it was, but like he was like, you can go today to this address to go and collect your package. I'm like, okay, cool. So he gives me the address for the warehouse, and I go to the freaking warehouse, and I posted the picture of, I don't know if that was a members only video or no, I think it was a public video, but I posted a picture of what I was wearing that day. Okay, I had on this like red corset and I had on a white mini skirt. It was like a tennis skirt and Hello Kitty Crocs, and I thought I was cute. Okay, I was like going to get my package, right? Jamaica don't be playing about their rules and regulations, okay? You better be following them to a T. So when I get to customs, I'm excited to go in the building, and the lady says, "Me can't let you go in there like that." I said, like, what, ma'am? She's like, the top is okay, but the skirt is too short. And I'm like, I'm picking up a package. Like, are you kidding me? And so I'm like, I can't. So I'm like, okay, mom's gonna have to go in for me because she's not dressed like a hussy. So my mom is wearing shorts, but obviously she's not wearing bati riders, like, you know what I mean? And so she goes in the building for me to collect the package. But it's like when she's in there, they're acting like they don't know where this package is and what this package is, and they're looking for the package. And I'm like, I just spoke to the guy at customs literally 5 minutes ago, and he gave me the name of the manager that's working at the customs agency office warehouse, the lady that's working at the warehouse. And so I'm on the phone with my mom, and I'm like, Mom, the lady's name is this. Tell them that we'll call this guy Abraham, okay? Tell them that Abraham said that he just spoke to the manager, Patrice, and she knows where the package is. Baby, they is running around that building like they don't know what's going on, okay? And nobody knows where this package is. They're saying that the guy that was in charge of the package is not missing. He's on vacation and yada, yada, yada. And so they're acting like they can't find the package. I said, girl, they need to run me my package because this man told me I could show up there today and collect my package. And I said, all this over some debit cards? Debit cards? Are you kidding me? I had to do all this over some debit cards? Some debit cards. They're not even credit cards, okay? Like, gagged. So I'm getting annoyed because I have all the children with me, okay? It's hot outside. I'm tired. I've been waiting for weeks for this package. I gave them ample time to sort out their affairs so that I could go and collect my package. I get to the freaking agency and they're telling me they don't know where the package is. Girl, y'all is either gonna run me my money that I had to pay to get down here today, or you're gonna find my package and I'm gonna leave here a happy camper. Okay, like that's what's happening, because I'm not leaving this damn establishment until my package is in my hand, right? So I'm calling the guy back. And I'm like, you need to call them and get it sorted out, because they're trying to tell me they don't know where this package is. And they're telling me the guy is missing. And they're telling me this and that. And he's like, you're going to get your package today. You're going to get your package today. And I'm like, yes, I am going to get my package today. Yes, I am going to get my package today. You better manifest that for me, sir. Oh, child. So I'm sat there and I'm sat in the car waiting for this package. And the girls want to run around in this warehouse parking lot, so there's not like a whole bunch of cars or anything like that, and so I'm letting them run free, child, and do whatever they want to do. And we're waiting and waiting and waiting on my mama. Okay, so then finally, okay, after a good, I'm gonna say, oh my god, 2 hours of being there, they finally locate this package. But when they bring the package to my mom, the cards are not in there. I'm like, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Like, what do you mean the cards are not in there, Mom? She's like, the cards are not in here. I said, I don't even care, Mom. I just want my clothes anyway. So screw them cards, okay? But like, it doesn't make any sense, because since they verified us, the cards should be in the package. So she's like, the envelopes are here, but the cards are not in the envelopes. And I'm like, huh? So they took the cards out of the package, left the envelopes, and to do what? So I'm annoyed. And then my mom hangs up with me, and maybe, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes later, she calls me back and says they found the cards. They were in the office of the manager, right? And so I'm like, oh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Okay, thank the Lord. So they bring the cards to my mom. And then after all of that, after telling me, you can't come in the building because you're dressed like a skank, okay? And it really wasn't. You got to come in and sign something. I said, come in and sign what? What do I need to sign? Isn't that why you guys said I couldn't come in the building? My mom can sign for... What do I need to sign? So I go in the building now with the children. I'm with the kids. We're going through to this back room. Like, we go through the front part, and then that's where like all the booths are. And then we walk past that. Then there's this little corridor there. There's some lady eating some chicken. It smells so good. Then we have to go past that, then turn the corner. And I'm like, where are you guys taking me to? Like, I have too much anxiety for this. I don't understand where they're taking me to. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. I see my mom standing there. And she's holding the package. And, you know, she's gone through it already. She knows that I think there's supposed to be 5 items in the clothing. And then the 2 cards. And so she goes through, she makes sure everything's there, and they tell me that I need to sign that I received the stuff. So I whip out my passport and I sign that I received the items, and then they tell me, okay, you can go back through the front, because there's another section, and they said my mom can go through that section with the package, but I can't. And I'm like, why are they separating us? Like, why can't we just leave together as a family, like one unit? We came together. Like, I'm like, I don't want my mom to go through some weird back hall alleyway. Like, let her leave with me and the kids. So whatever. So my mom is holding on to the package, and I go back through the front of the building with my kids. I go and sit in the car with them, and we're waiting for my mom. When I say my mom took another like 20 minutes to come out of the back of the building, child, I thought they took her down. I thought they took my mom. I'm like, why is she taking so long? And I'm calling her. She not answer. After like 15 minutes of her not exiting the building, I'm like, what is the holdup? Like, we already signed the package out. What's happening? But what happened was, there was like another area for her to stop at and sign at, which is why I couldn't go through whatever doors they were taking her through, because she still had to like sign other stuff and like show she got her package and walk out. I think she said there's a camera, like I don't even freaking know, a whole bunch of stuff. Ciao. But pretty much what happened was I didn't send credit cards to the mail through the mail too many damn times. I got flagged for sending credit cards through the mail, and definitely learned my lesson. I will not be sending any more cards to the mail. If you want to send a credit card through the mail to Jamaica, you have to have a permit. Okay, otherwise your package will get detained and then you have to go and collect it, and it's just like an inconvenience. And so I won't be doing that again. Yeah, definitely sucked. But they thought I was a scammer. Okay, so they detained my package and I had to go in person. Oh, and that's the other thing too. They kept asking my mom, did you pay already? Did you pay already? And she's like, yes, I paid already. Like, yes, it was $1,700, so 1,700 Jamaican dollars to clear it at the parcel place. And so when I was at the parcel place, they said when you pay for it here, you don't pay for it again when you go collect it. And so there's a miscommunication there, because the people at the customs warehouse are not aware, as aware as they should be, that the parcel was already paid for. Like, they're asking my mom, did you pay already? Did you pay already? And she's like, yes, I paid already. Like, but I had paid so long ago that we didn't have the receipt with us. But they just stopped questioning her after a while and just gave her her damn package and let her be on her merry way. But yeah, that is why my package got held up at customs. And so there is definitely a list of things that you have to know you cannot import into the island. That's pretty much it for this video. Tell me a time the post office held onto your package and you just could not receive it. You're like, girl, where is my package? And everybody's acting like they don't know where your package is at. Huh? I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.